It came from the third dimension.
3D Newsbite.
Hello. This is Adolph, and I have with me Jake.
Howdy, folks.
And you can hear from the tone of our voice, we're not really excited to talk to you today because we're talking about something really bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
Last night, late, we got word of death of an actor that we had no idea was going to die and no idea that he was even sick. Jake, who's that actor?
Chadwick Boseman, most famously as T'Challa in Black Panther.
He was 43, I think it is.
He's 43 years old. Way too young. I was looking forward to watching him grow old on screen, and that's not going to be.
And apparently he had cancer and lived with it for 4 years, and now it finally came in and took care of him. Words fail me, brain no function. It's just such a shock. I don't know how to even say words right now, so I'm not trying to be insensitive or anything. I don't know how to. This is totally out of the blue. Completely.
Yeah, it's just on brand for 2020. Yeah, 2020, you officially suck.
So, yeah, this is the 3D Newsbite podcast. We're recording this on August 29th, 2020 at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we just heard the news last night before, some of us went to bed. And, I mean, none of us knew that he was sick or anything.
Just got his weight because in quarantine, his video appearances, he was really gaunt. As everybody's assumption was that he was losing weight for a role. So there was a lot of speculation what movie he was going to do before they started prepping for Black Panther 2, and would he bulk up back to play T'Challa? But we now know it was because he was ill.
Yeah, and it's amazing, marvelous that he continued to work this entire time and have all these huge blockbusters and movies, and he still has movies that haven't come out yet.
Yeah, and there's probably a lot of you guys listening to this that you probably have only seen him in his Marvel movies. I was gonna give you a few others to celebrate his life and craft with. You got to see 21 Bridges. It's a movie that was produced by the Russo brothers, among others. It's got J.K. Simmons in it. It's a tough little crime drama, and he plays a cop investigating some bizarre goings on. And then, of course, there's Da 5 Bloods, which just dropped on Netflix. He's in that. And then one that kind of snuck up on everybody. I caught it in theaters. It's Marshall. It's a biopic about Thurgood Marshall, but it's not about his Supreme Court days. It's about his earlier career, the one that put him on the map, which eventually led to him becoming a Supreme Court justice. A little about a murder. It's set up like a murder mystery about this case that, like I said, it's one of the ones that put him on the map, Marshall. And Josh Gad plays his law partner. It's a great little flick. Kind of reminds me of In the Heat of the Night. I highly recommend it. It is a pity that now we're not going to get a sequel. I mean, I wouldn't want a sequel without Chadwick Boseman anyway. And then, of course, there's some of his more famous parts, like Get On Up, where he plays James Brown, and 42, where he played Jackie Robinson. And then there's a little football movie he made that kind of fell out of the off the radar, Draft Day. It also has one of the best recent performances by Kevin Costner. Boseman plays a football player, kind of, it's worth checking out. And then, of course, this is a 3D site, so we'll talk about Chadwick made 5 3D movies. 4 of them were in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Black Panther. You know, he was in Captain America: Civil War, of course, Black Panther, and then he was in Avengers: Infinity War and Avengers: Endgame. But his first 3D movie is bane of almost all our existence, Gods of Egypt.
Yeah, which I gave 1 out of 10 to. It's he's good in it, but the rest of the movie is terrible.
Yeah, I used it. I mean, I joked last night with somebody in tears that I said, if you want to stop crying, watch Gods of Egypt. Trust me, you'll stop. Well, or you're gonna really start crying. You can have one of those two reactions. And of course, now since it's one of the few movies that Chadwick Boseman made, this crappy little movie is not going to be forgotten, no matter how desperately we want to, because now it's one of the few appearances of our king. So, you know, Wakanda forever.
And he was in TV before he was in films. He was in a lot of different parts. He was in CSI. He was in All My Children. He was in Cold Case, The Glades, you know, Castle. He was around.
Yeah, he was on Justified. I mean, he did a lot of one-off appearances. He was on one show, Lincoln Heights or something. He was a regular on that. And I think he was a regular on All My Children.
Yeah.
The only soap I ever watched was Dark Shadows as a kid. So I'm not up on my soap operas. I don't know why I'm calling them mine. I have nothing to do with them. This is so bad. This is just so heartbreaking, and yeah, because people have been asking all over social media. No, Black Panther 2 hasn't been made yet.
So just to confirm, he was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer in 2016, and it progressed to stage 4 this year in 2020, but it wasn't really well known. I didn't know about this. And he
dealt with it with grace and dignity.
Continue working, continue acting, and being in all these blockbuster movies, and no one knew. No one. It was just it's so hard.
In the interview, he hinted that something was going on, and he was saying it was a wild story, and he just hoped someday to be able to tell it. And I think that was what he was referencing, was his cancer diagnosis.
And, you know, he had chemotherapy and surgeries and stuff to help him out. So and he still was able to film several roles. You know, as someone who has a mom who had breast cancer and went through chemo, I could tell you, not from my experience, but seeing my mom, chemotherapy is hell.
Yeah. The stories that have come out so far about his cancer treatment sounds a lot like what my dad went through with his cancer. You know, he would do well, beat it, you'd think, and then it was like, you almost think he's got this whipped, and then all of a sudden it just comes back with a fury, and then all of a sudden can't fight it anymore.
And I'm reading here on Wikipedia that he is a Christian, and he actually prayed and to his pastor to get Black Panther role, and he got it, and he nailed it. He nailed Black Panther, and it's a huge success. $1 billion movie that everyone really loves, or for the most part, everyone thinks it's fantastic. So it's awesome that in a way he's going out super high. You know, everyone loves him and thinks he's a great actor and loved his work, and it's just so tragic to lose him. And it's you know, cancer's a bitch.
Yeah. And Marvel's in the unenviable position to decide, well, do we recast Black Panther, or do we kill off the character?
I think, to be more respectful of him, you move on and you acknowledge a character died off screen and you don't recast it.
I don't think this is the time to make the decision. There's a case to be made both ways. Black Panther's a very important character.
Yeah. It's hard. It really is. It's one of those things that I don't think they even started filming it. He may have had some things going on, like, you know, maybe he started filming the What If series for Marvel, the animated series. Maybe that's done. maybe there's shots that they could use from the original, if they want to use it, that they were not, deleted scenes or something. So I don't know how that's going to work. It was always far off. I think it was not going to happen anytime soon, right?
Well, we don't know. I mean, I know they hadn't really worked on it. I mean, I don't know if Ryan Coogler, if they even had a script.
So
I know there was nothing. There had been no talk about it, no announcements.
yeah,
I figure we'll hear something in the next few days. I think Disney may drop something on Monday to give us a heads up what their thinking is, or they may decide to wait longer. This is a time to mourn, grieve, and celebrate its life, not worry about whether Black Panther 2 is going to get made. Yeah, it's probably going to get made. It just will be with our king, Chadwick Boseman. It'll be either there'll be another Black Panther, or the character will be recast.
it was scheduled to release in 2022. Of course, that was before COVID changed a lot of plans. So 2022 is very long time, and it could be delayed. It probably will be delayed beyond that. So we don't know for sure, but it's a long time. There's a lot of other things that were happening before this was going to start filming or even start production. So you're right. I don't know if they even did a script for it, or if they have, it may be like, not like done anything with, they have multiple scripts or something. It's neither here or there. It's going to be a while before we see Black Panther 2.
And I figure Disney has a contingency plan, because I can't imagine they did not know about his illness.
True. So, yeah, we don't want to get too emotional on the air, and we're just going to leave it at that.
Yeah, I'm doing this today instead of yesterday. Yesterday, you would have heard a full-grown Jake cry.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I didn't hear about it until I was getting into bed. So let's have 5 seconds of dead air to, a moment of silence to remember him. And will that dead air lead to the end of the podcast? Bye. Take care. Rest in peace. T'Challa.
Yeah.